we're moving along. I think we want to try to connect with Janis Joplin today. She left way too early. What a voice she had. We had Elvis this morning, great voice, and we had Janis, totally different type of voice, great voice. She had a hard life when she was here. Let's see if we can connect with her on the other side. Okay, when I'm feeling a kind of a warmth. Let's see if we can connect with Janis. What can you tell us? What have you learned? What can you share? What can you share with people? Oop, I have some cards falling out. Come back here, come back, come back. Come back, come back. What can you share? What can you share from the other side? Okay, first one we have out is Joyous. And Divinity. Okay, I think we're going to just go ahead and pull these other cards real quick with it. Joyous and Divinity. Good way to start out. Because we know while she was here, she was not happy. She had a very difficult time. So what can you tell us about Joyous and Divinity? Joyous. Joyous. Okay. It says, you know, we take our lumps here, but these things are, the subconscious, these things are driven by kind of the heart, therefore growth, okay? The actions that happened are for growth and to test our strength, our values, okay? And so, Joyous, let's see what we have with Divinity. Let's see where that's at next. Justice, okay? So, it brings justice. We maybe, you know, we take our lumps in the world, we have our difficulties, but, you know, when we leave the body, it's joyous. Okay, you're freed up from that. You're freed up from those difficulties that you had in life, okay? And the things that we experience here are learning lessons. And it says that the divinity is justice. That's why I said the divine is karma. You understand why karma is in place by the divinity, by the nature of divinity, by the nature of the divine is, because it's the subconscious. Justice comes out of the subconscious, the purity, the way you've walked, if you've walked in purity, with actions, with the covering of, in the mantle of the heart-centered mantle, okay? This is surrounding it is the royalty, is the kingship, is the thing. So it looks at the mental thing, the crown of what you've done, and the scales get balanced. So when you leave the form, she's saying, you know, that there is justice that happens, and you've maybe taken your lumps and your bumps while you're here, but it's joyful when you leave, okay? When you get to the other side, it's joyful. Balance. It's talking next about balance. What about balance? Balance. Okay, there's a balance again. Maybe you've gone through that time. Like I said, she had a difficult time here. And there were abuses of power that you faced while you were here. Mentally abusive. Things that were challenges to the mental realm. Okay? Mental conflict. When it came to grounding, you see the actions that were done, and maybe you try to stay in a, I'm feeling like you're trying to live a good life, but just these things are, you have those that are abusing, an abusive nature, okay? They've had an abusive nature, but she's telling you things work out. There is a balance to things. And don't be hard on yourself. I'm feeling that it's from that, the emotion and the subconscious, that sometimes you are winding up being abusive to yourself from an imbalance. You can be your own worst enemy, okay? And have those difficulties because they are ruling your mind, okay? Inspire. Let's see what we have. Inspire. Be inspired with love, okay? Be inspired with love, with higher emotion, okay, that comes from God, that sense of peace. Let that inspire you rather than holding to the past and these things which were abusive, okay? So balance that out with inspiration of love, of the right emotions, of peace, emotions of peace. Be peaceful with yourself, okay? Bring yourself peace and know that there is justice. Know that we're here to learn and we take our lumps and bumps, but when we leave, it's joyful on the other side, okay? Next is about serenity. What about serenity? Serenity. Okay. It's about sharing, being able to share pure emotions and mental. We have the emotions, pure emotions, sharing with the mental, okay? With the mental ideas and where you're coming from. The actions, let your actions come from pure emotion, pure, the higher things, and let it be balanced with the mental realm, okay? Let that be overview the strength of those things. Let them be not fighting with one another, but complementary to one another is what it feels. Serenity, if you can balance the emotions in the mind, okay, the mind actions that you're taking, the victory, it's a victory, victorious of, if you have that clarity and that feeling of that purity of emotion and mental things. If you're walking it in that sharing of those things together, rather than the mental realm fighting with the emotional realm. Let them be complementary to one another. Share your emotions. Be vulnerable with others. Share your emotions, and share, talk to one another. Share it, okay? And you have more serenity if you can bring these things together. Yeah, I just feel like it's offering the cup and peace come together from pure emotion rather than some fueled and a skewed idea, okay? And that can bring healing because we have the caduceus there. That can bring healing if you can balance the emotions in the mental realm, okay? We have renewal again. Renewal. Swift. Moving forward. Yeah, maybe things were moving so fast with the kind of subconscious things charging into the wind. We have that charging into the wind with the emotions that were causing these actions. And so it's saying if you want renewal, that you need to balance these things, okay? That I think that while she was here, she just rushed forward with the very emotional, and those things just kind of overtook, that she rushed with those things and was kind of over, too quick with that. And that you get to the other side, you have that renewal, and you get that serenity, you get that balance of the mental and emotional things. Those things come into balance. Whereas when she was here, it's that feeling of rushing into the wind, just always fighting with those things, and a feeling of abuse of herself, because driven by these emotions and driven by these things, okay? But these things on the other side get renewed. You come back into balance when you leave the form. You come back into balance where you can balance the emotions and the mind, and you can see from clarity from the other side. Let's see what else we have. Trust. About trust. Okay. Trust. Because a lot of times it takes trust when you're being offered things and you just, these are not things you want, and so you are, the actions are coming out of these too much into the emotional realm, and the actions are, you're clothed with the subconscious. You need to, again, in the past there was this dissatisfaction with life. It's feeling like there was this just that unhappiness, okay? In the past, there has been that unhappiness, dissatisfaction, kind of feeling like if you have that pity party, rather than getting into the pity party, have some trust, because there is justice, things will work out, and don't beat yourself up, okay? Hopes and fears, magic, okay, defending. Okay, it's a wrong defense of the heart. It just feels like that kind of that ego thing where you feel like you are backed into a corner. You're on the edge and you're trying to defend, and you just feel like all the energy, everything is coming against you, and you're unhappy and you're beating yourself up. And, but saying that, on the other side, things come into alignment, okay? Things come into alignment. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up, okay? Short term, radiant. Yeah, radiant. Have faith while you're here. Lean on right spirituality. Get a good spiritual mentor, somebody that knows, that can give you the aid that you need to get through, that can hand you the keys, and show you how to be in that, walk in that purity, how to clothe the emotions with right action, right thought, how to go forward, rather than getting into these kind of self-abuses of the pity party, and letting your emotions rule you and keeping your mind spin going where you're charging into that. And yeah, you're here and you learn and you take your lumps and bumps, but there is justice, there is renewal, there are those things on the other side, and let love and peace inspire you. Now she says she's on the other side and she's inspired by love. She's inspired by peace. She's inspired by the Holy Spirit. She's inspired by all of these things. Okay? Whereas, the conscious thoughts were about being ruled. When she was here, the conscious thoughts were being ruled by abuses of power. She kept feeling in this thing of being abused, the abuses, okay? And that consequently kept her mind fueled with that racing forward and fighting, and, but she's saying, subconscious, the serenity, let those things come into balance. When you leave the form, these things come naturally into balance. Okay? The last thing she's leaving us with is caution. Okay? The man of war, jellyfishes, getting stung. Caution. Watch where your emotions are going. Caution. Be mindful of the emotions, where they're going. What is the story that you're fueling with that? Okay? Because you get yourself caught up. Okay? The one of stinky fish. Sometimes this, you're not, be aware, don't tell yourself, get yourself caught up in the pity parties and the other things. Abuses. Basically, these things happen, we do go through hard times, but then we wind up fueling those things ourselves and winding up our own worst enemy. So she's saying, be cautious. Watch the storyline that's coming up. Watch the emotional things that are coming up. Watch what's ruling your head. Are the emotions ruling your head? Okay? So be cautious. Look, find yourself a good spiritual mentor, okay? And know that things work out, that there is justice in the end. God is just, okay? And from the other side now, I'm inspired by this love and this peace and stuff. That yes, I went through a rough time when I was here, took my lumps and bumps, but I'm joyous on the other side now. That God is justice, okay? The conscious thoughts were about balance, about these abuses that take place, these abuses of power. You need to balance those and come to a place of subconscious about serenity, about getting your emotions and your mental things in balance. Have them communicate with themselves rather than fighting with it and going forward like she was doing, charging forward with those emotional things. You need to renew yourself with getting things to balance, okay? And on the other side, the way she sees herself is inspired by the Holy Spirit, by the things of life and light and love, okay? Don't be prickly, defensive, okay? Don't be a defensive person, and trust the universe when things aren't going your way. You need to have some more faith and more trust rather than getting into the pity party, okay? So be cautious and watch the mind spin, watch the emotions, watch how this stuff is coming in. And I think the most important thing she's saying is have a little more faith and trust in the universe. Radiate from the place of knowing that there's something better. Don't beat yourself up. You really need to watch and communicate the emotions with the mind. And that's the number one thing I'm feeling with her, the emotions and the mind. You need to get these things in balance and share, and be able to share with others on that level. Be open emotionally, vulnerable, just, speak in clarity and mind and bring those things together. And that, she left the world by foolish things, was in a lot of pain, and but she says the other side is so, I just feel this peace with her from the other side. Her heart is a fullness of heart on the other side. That those things that were so painful were gone. They're gone immediately. And that, so that's what I'm getting with her. Watch how the emotions are fueling you. Watch how you're being defensive. Watch and don't abuse yourself. Come to balance. Know that there is justice, and joyful on the other side, that these former things have passed away, and that you are renewed when you get there, okay? You are renewed, that things come into balance when you leave the form. And you come here and you learn your lessons and you have the experience. And then when you get there, things are more coming into more clarity, more wisdom with things, more understanding, more relevance as to the experiences that you've had, the things that took place while you're here. And that, yeah, you pick and choose and you go forward. But there is justice. Don't think there's not justice. There is justice there. And these things become new. They become renewed. You become, you become enlivened. You become, yeah, I'm singing a different song over here. I'm singing a different song. Yeah. Yeah, my songs aren't those down and blues now. Now I'm singing those things of praise, and I'm singing those things of light, and I'm singing those things of joy. Joy's coming from the heart. I'm not singing those things of blues anymore. I'm not singing those sad songs anymore. Okay? Yeah, the thing is full, full. Yeah, I'm just so grateful to be able to say these things. I'm grateful. Yeah, I was gone from feeling those blues into feeling grateful. I'm just happy. Things are happy. Things are joyous. Things are, I don't need that alcohol anymore. I don't need those things to be happy anymore. I have that natural joy now. Everything's just natural joy. That's what I have. I have that natural joy over here. That's where I'm at. So be happy, be peaceful, be serene. Get your emotions and your mental thing in alignment. Let them communicate with each other. Don't cause like a thing where they're not seeing each other. Open that up and let the mind and the emotions communicate and bring them to the higher things. Bring them to God. Bring them to God. I'm telling you, you need to bring them to God. God's all, yeah, God, yeah. I'm going to go now and I'm going to go sing. I'm going to go sing now. Oh my God. Ow. I'm going to take a second here. That's never happened before. Okay. Thank you, Janis. Well, looks like she's doing well on the other side, and she's going to go sing some new songs. And wow, that was just, wow. Okay, I'm going to leave this here and have a little something to drink. Reorientate over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Happy to hear she's doing well on the other side. Just feeling of that heart was just that full. And just felt a passing flash of the sadness she had when she was here. And that shift that's taken place for her. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need a few minutes to recover. Oh my goodness. Well, that was interesting. Definitely more of a connection with her than it was with Elvis. Elvis was feeling like kind of, not reserved, but just not so interested in things here now. Not so interested. Yeah. Not so big on sharing too much. Okay. It's kind of like pulling teeth. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in, love and light. See you online. Oh my goodness.